What's up, and welcome to week 80 of the Manga Club. This week is a very special episode because we had decided to do volumes 3 and 4 of Erased since the storyline deviates from the anime. Except this week was hectic for everyone. In our city, that the majority of the Manga Club cast members live in, copious amounts of snow, like enough that you needed to get a shovel and wear a pair of mitts. Uh, that being said, I'm joined today by Alyssa.
You said anime weird.
On May.
On May.
Yeah. Do you ever get like back in the early 2000s when you had like this on May dividend? Oh, you're thinking frozen. Oh, you got that. Okay. Yeah, we were gonna read Erased by that one guy. So instead we're gonna do Naruto by Makashi Kishimoto. Makashi? Shit, I haven't read his name in a long time. One sec. Let me just Google this.
We haven't done this thing in a
I
while
feel
where
like
we just make everything that we talk about Naruto.
Makashi Kishi
That was the other one that we would do.
Masashi. No, I knew it was Makashi.
Oh,
Masashi.
Seinfeld. That's the other thing.
What the fuck's a Seinfeld?
We were doing a thing for like a good 20 episodes straight. It was either how can we relate the manga to Naruto or how can we relate it to Seinfeld?
And
It's
Friends.
been a while since we've done that.
Well, no, Love
Only-
Hina was just Friends.
I only do Friends references when Rob is on the cast.
So yeah, we were gonna do Erased, which is a manga. But yeah, because of the snow, hectic work schedules and schooling, this week just was no go for everyone. And I'm like, I could do this by myself, but I know people enjoy it. Not just to participate in the conversation of the manga club, but to actually view it. So shoving that one. And today we're going to talk about a very special component of Naruto. It's early Naruto. I am only touching on the first five volumes.
Okay.
Yeah, and I did not save. Well, technically, I saved a couple panels, but we can get right into it. And Alyssa, how much knowledge do you have on the Naruto anime?
Only what we read. You made me watch one movie and I can't remember. That's the one that had the big weird moon cannon.
There's like Naruto Shippuden. That's post time skip. That's like there's Dragon Ball and there's Dragon Ball Z. You watch Dragon Ball Z, and we're talking about Dragon Ball right now.
Again,
Mhm.
I wouldn't know. This was very apparent when we did our last recording too. Didn't I make a whole thing of? No, I was joking. I should have done that. Like describe Naruto before and after reading it.
Demon Fox with a huge boner for Sakura. Yeah, so these early volumes are the reason why I only rock mist headbands and nothing else. If you're not wearing a mist headband, you're wrong. That being said, from time to time I will wear a Konoha leaf. Why don't we jump right into it?
I think it saves in opposite order, so
Oh, you did. Damn it. That's all good.
I can do it this way. Don't look! Don't look! Don't look! Don't look! Don't look! Close your eyes.
So it's gonna be
Viewers at home.
like people can
There.
figure out pretty quickly what I'm showing, and
Nope.
then yeah, you just did that. So when it comes to mangas typically have this fun art cover, unless it's like in a very serious point of the manga. They'll have these fun art covers for the beginning of the chapters, and with Naruto, especially as a kid when they first started coming out, I was absolutely obsessed. I would draw these. They felt like little windows into characters, I don't know, psyches, I guess. Like just little flavor text, little lore things that make Naruto so much more fun to read. These are so easy to skip over, but just thinking Naruto squatting like a frog, imitating a frog, and then for what he would later become.
Yeah, he becomes a frog at some point. That's one of the things that he.
I should have been saying toad, but yeah, toad.
Excuse
Really
me, that
cool,
is
really
a
interesting for the early
frog.
planning.
Clearly,
And Naruto more so looks like a dog taking a dump.
Mhm.
This
he
is
also a
during the.
bird?
Was that?
Is he also a bird?
No, like I said, I just love these things. I don't know what all those like graffiti tags are. This bird side eyeing Naruto. If like Naruto gave him a fish, or if the fish stole something. Yeah, I don't get that head either. There's just so much to dissect. I think even on the fourth cover of the manga, Kakashi's name was technically written on the cover art for the fourth volume, but for North American audiences, because it didn't make sense, they just slightly altered it. So here we don't get the proper Kakashi hidden in the background, but they did.
That's cool.
Yeah, that's all. I just like that one. This is one of the bigger ones. This is like a poster that people had in their bedrooms. Every character just like crazy weapons. Sakura holding a knife in her mouth, two giant battle axes. Sasuke not even paying attention, just playing a flute. And Naruto with a scroll. He's not a big scroll user, if at all, in the show.
I mean,
That little
it's a
thing
flute
on
with
his
a
shoulder
chain
that
over here.
I think that's still a part of Sakura. Oh no, it is him. Oh, you're right. I don't know what it leads to though. It's just a chain.
And it's also packing.
Yeah, on Naruto's shoulder there's like a little thing that dangles. That was just like a little design. And then people started saying, it's not the lipstick for when he turns himself into a girl, because that's part of Naruto's shtick. And the creator was like, maybe yes, maybe no. I don't know. It sounds cool. And just kept it. Yeah, just so many fun details. I would love to see Sakura dual wield two axes. That'd be really cool, especially considering later on that she gets superhuman strength. She can wield it like nothing. Oh, yeah. I go off about this shit all day.
Then what's Sky holding up here? It's like one of those.
Gashi?
little
I think it's just a
skin-
kunai, yeah. He doesn't need all the flashy stuff. He's just a dude with a knife, and that's all he needs.
And so what's up with
Which
the
is
scroll in his
apparent.
mouth?
I don't know. Just being really fucking cool. Maybe it's a part of like a Japanese lore, like the Demon Slayer shit, where they stuck a scroll in that one girl's mouth so she won't turn into a demon.
Mm.
Maybe they stick scrolls in the mouths of sick people back in the day, and that just kind of carried forward as a tradition.
Everyone has something in their mouth. Potentially not this dude though. Takashi.
He has his mask in his mouth. This guy's a COVID-idiot, you know? Put the mask down. It's just a virus.
Bringing a flag for misinformation.
Right off the hop. Yeah, just a very jokey cover. All three of them are imitating Kakashi. He's in this corner reading a book and looks a little embarrassed. Yeah, fun photo. Nothing really to it.
So these all, you said within the first 5 volumes, right?
Yeah, that's chapter 13.
Mm-hmm.
Next to the little demon fox print. So this one's very similar to the one I was talking about of the cover of volume 4. It might even be cover of volume 3. That little face drawn in the background, I believe, are actually kanji that go Kakashi, which means scarecrow. Yeah, I think that's the unaltered one.
That's cool. Even that they're held up by the stars.
Yeah, it looks like a whole bunch of wanted posters were put up of Kakashi, and he's like coming out of the screen like the Ring or something and ripping his own pose. It's a cool photo. And yeah, like I said, it's just a cover of something a lot of people would miss. I believe this was actually a drawing done not by what's his nut himself, Masashi Kishimoto. I think this was one of his assistants did this one.
And was there any type of foreshadowing going on with these ones before they were?
No, not at all. Just yeah, Naruto covered in knives and weapons and whatnot, and like a falcon or something on his shoulder. Not much to it. Just really cool.
An orb, obligatory orb.
In the orb. You found the orb.
I found the orb.
God, the translation is actually a to-do list in that left corner there where it says 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I think it's a grocery. Huh?
Why is there numbers?
I think it's like a grocery list or something like that. He has his Kakashi punching doll, which like in volume 2 he starts fighting against. Nothing but ramen noodles, and I think he's trying to cook. And then in the corner there's also like Kakashi crossed out. Just a little fun insight to how Naruto lives. And that weirdly designed lamp or light. Yeah.
Almost looks like there's a bell.
Just fun to dissect. Yeah, I can stare at this shit and just pick out little things. I always wanted to like be the creator of one of these things. Like you do the stories, I'll do these weird cover arts and just have fun with it. I can do. Yeah, I would love to do that. Also, that's not an egg. That's just another orb.
Orb. Yeah,
The
I feel like you're
worst
getting
client.
more.
Yeah. Just
Very
super busy
normal dress.
photo.
Doesn't look like he has
Really,
a normal garb on.
yeah, really busy, and then just Naruto enjoying the day. Yeah, I
Mhm.
take this shit in. I love it. Oh, this is just Naruto on the back of Uruka. I am
Mhm.
Uruka. Cooking class. Yeah, he teaches the cooking class. Sasuke, I believe this is right after he unlocks his Sharingan, if not close to it. Just the very beginning stage, though, where he has one clef in one eye and two in the other, and he can kind of see through the ninjutsu that he's losing to. And then again, very telling of what would later become of him. This dark assassin wrapped up by a snake. Very cool. And then orb.
Big moon orb.
This is before they blew it up with a big ass cannon. So this, I
Uh,
don't know if it was exactly around the time or right after it happened, but there is a reveal. There's this character Haku who wears a mask, who dresses like what's called an anbu. An anbu are like elite ninjas that have no identity, no nothing. They don't mean anything to anyone. They just carry out the mission through and that's it. Also, if you look on the mask, it has this symbol
mhm.
right there where the finger is. Um, but turns out this character, this dude, is actually known to the crew. And then once the mask comes off, it's like, holy shit, uh, aren't you that guy I thought was a girl? And it's like, I am Haku. I will defend my dream. And that's why it's like for your dreams. Do you have anything that is precious to you? No, you can keep going. Just gonna keep quoting the show. Zabuza, the most badass villain in the whole fucking shit. Don't tell me no pain, no nothing. Orochimaru, keep all that weak shit. Zabuza with giant fuck off sword. Oh, and a clear berserk inspired sword. It's just beautiful.
Doesn't he immediately get taken out?
Yeah, he does he's like the first like main villain kind of thing. There's a scene you can't see the end of his sword, but the very tip of his sword actually has like a hole in it.
Or this part?
He
Oh yeah,
Yeah, no, not
this
that
part.
part. That's like a half hole thing. He
Mhm.
uses it to get into someone's head, like literally just like feed it over someone's head, and then he swings his sword and uses that part to intimidate someone by like locking him by his neck against the wall. And oh, so fucking cool. I love this guy so much.
Mhm.
Also, Miss Headband.
Mhm. Mhm.
Yeah. This is this is a bit of a cheat. This isn't really a chapter cover, but just to show that when there's like intense shit going on, they don't use those covers because it's like don't fuck up the tension, keep the pace going. That's when they still think it's an ambu. They have the ability to transfer mirror to mirror at like lightning speeds, but turns out it's not truly lightning because Sasuke Sharingan is able to see through it. So they're trying to disable their body by hitting them in like muscles and ligaments and shit and locking their movement up rather than truly killing them because turns out Haku's just a kid. And this is right before the big moment where Sasuke dies. But not really.
Mhm. Mhm.
Naruto has this thing. It's not just an anime thing. I don't know if Naruto never came up with it, but I think Naruto perfected it. If a character's gonna die, chapter or episode long backstory, and then they die.
Mhm. Mhm.
So this is Haku's backstory. Abandoned kid, vicious killer, loyal pet, loyal servant.
What's a hand? I was wondering what that was.
It's Zabuza. Just petting. This is when their ideologies start to clash. They're both protecting something precious to them, but they're officially opposed, and they're both hardened in their stance and refuse to let up at all.
Who does?
The both of them. Haku will forever protect
Oh, this is
Zabuza, but
Haku.
Zabuza's mission is to kill the bridge, the carpenter who's building the bridge, And the people protecting the carpenter are Kakashi and crew. Naruto's a part of that crew who will do whatever Kakashi says. So now
I
it's
just didn't
Haku
recognize this
versus
as
Naruto.
Haku.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Just showed the mask. Right again. Also, I've copied that style of drawing clouds like that. That's all. That and the style. Make them big and fluffy.
I
The
haven't recalled
future
seeing you
is
draw any clouds recently.
Hey, what?
I haven't recalled seeing you draw any clouds recently.
Oh, I drew a cloud just yesterday, but that was for Jonah.
Ah.
I believe this is right around the time they both die, because obviously.
Try to get closer up on that sword.
So cool.
Do they have a little animal companion?
No, that's just for the picture.
Ah.
It might resemble their purity or something. I don't know. Because in the end, turns out they're both just good people. Well, not Zabuza, he's a vicious murderer. But Haku was a good person. So this is after that, I believe. Not long though. Naruto in the Forest of Life, pondering, do I go forward with my mission of being the Hokage where everyone has to acknowledge me? And yeah, he goes forward. Kunai for the ninja screw. Oh yeah, Haku fights using needles. So that little needles for Haku.
So the also kunai looks really oddly placed.
Yeah. So the kunai is into a puddle. Their Zabuza is a big mist user, like based around water. So is Haku. Haku's based around ice, and obviously they pair really well. And the little symbol that they have on the headbands is a leaf. So needle through the leaf, needle through the puddle.
Very strong symbolism.
Same thing, more of a panel than a cover. But Kakashi doesn't want to kill Zabuza. I can't remember why. What his whole deal is. I think he wants to capture him and kill him. But Zabuza proposes, we don't normally do this, but we're on a time limit, and we should kill each other quickly if we're gonna kill each other at all. So Kakashi slowly disables him to the point where at the end of the battle, Naruto throws a kunai at him. Zabuza catches it in his mouth and then goes and beheads the gangster who hired him in the first place. But just to think you got 2 knives through your elbow like that, oh, so fucking cool. No more swinging that sword. Sasuke's revival after he was murdered, because you can see he has 1, 2, 3, 4 needles through his neck. Few in his kneecap, 1 in his wrist. Again, just disabling his mobility. And he finally wakes up going, Sakura. You can stop me.
I was waiting for there we go. I was waiting for that part.
Bill Murray in Zombieland. Okay.
You're supposed to do this pause and breath. There you go.
It's a joke. It's funny. Very busy photo. Shot of Konoha. It was said, I can't remember when. Maybe around the time of Volume 2 or Volume 3. Masashi Kishimoto fully mapped out the Leaf Village, where people lived, where families lived, where the former Uchiha police was located, where Naruto lived, where the hideouts are, where the academy is. All this shit was all fully mapped out, either Volume 2 or Volume 3, and he was very loyal to it. Someone saw that he had developed the entire city and fully built the world in a video game. I can't remember the name of the game. It's kind of shitty because it's just kind of open world. Naruto goes on missions, but the city was accurate to his original drawing. And apparently shots like this are 100% true to his vision of Konoha. Wow. I found it. Yeah. I love it.
Kitty cat.
Oh, I didn't catch that. Yeah, it's like one of those things where you just stare at it long enough, and every time you do, you find something new.
Super cool.
Intruders. Yeah, just Naruto smiling with ink on his face. Someone had to meet a deadline that day.
I'm assuming this is like a symbol or character of some
I
sort.
think it means fire. Oh
Ah,
yeah, if you're in Konoha, you inherit the will of fire to never give up. And I'm almost positive that symbol means fire. And this as a kid fucking stressed me out. I had learned the carpenter, the carpenter's kid, the carpenter's kid dead father, the carpenter kid's mom, the weird little pig animal, the Hokage, Team Seven, Kakashi, Iruka. I can't remember that original teacher who kills him. They go through the first series, the first saga. They kill Zabuza. There's a cool backstory to Kakashi has a thing called a Sharingan hidden under his little visor. Turns out that's Sasuke's people. So now they have these clans and these villages, and the world expanded officially with these guys showing up. And it stressed me out as a kid because I'm like, I don't know who these people are. Who the hell is this chick with two buns? And who's this asshole meditating underneath a target? And who's this dude with a bowl cut with big bushy brows and eyelashes to die for? And then Neji's talking, saying, you have to feel. I remember being a kid seeing this and just immediately stressed out. And it's called Sakura's Depression. That's so funny. Because I'm like, I'm going to have to learn all these characters. And I did.
mhm.
You know how often I say, nice catch?
Yes, very often, almost at least once a week.
At one point during the anime, this chick with the two balls in her head, she
Mhm.
lands, she gets
You
beat
can call them
up.
buns.
Buns, yes. She's based on a Chinese thing. She gets blown up in like a big tornado attack and then lands on a giant oversized fan kind of back first, like breaking like Batman's back kind of thing, with
Mhm.
Bane like smashing him. And then the chick who beat the hell out of her just uses her fan to toss her forward, and then Bolkat catches her. And
Mhm.
it's an anime in Japanese, but she says in English, "Nice catch."
Ah.
That's where I got that from.
Also, did it stress you out that he's not wearing it properly as a headband?
I thought that was really cool. I don't know if it's custom because obviously someone's forehead this big to his abdomen just makes no sense. Sorry, like abdomen makes no sense. But I found that unique. Later on, people wear it on their shoulders and every which way. Oh yeah, Naruto sneaking a peek at Sakura's upskirt. Everyone
Oh, I was
relaxing.
trying to figure out where Naruto was and not see him down there being creep.
Yeah, yeah, that doesn't really play a role till like later on. Uh, Sasuke doing his own thing. Yeah, just it was cool.
This almost looks
So
like it's a rotoscoped or something. The fabric.
maybe that's like Akashi's look the whole time, just minus a vest. And I remember realizing that as a kid, being like, "Holy shit, yeah, that guy doesn't really dress or wear anything. It's just a vest and a onesie." So last week during Hunter x Hunter's episode, there's a specific panel where all the would-be hunters end up in an exam, and there's this shot of all of them in a tunnel, and they're all like, yeah. I said that's a direct panel out of Naruto. That's Naruto, Sakura, and Sasuke at the end there, and everyone's staring at them because Naruto comes in and makes a big fucking scene, of course, and then everyone stares him down. This is that scene.
Mhm.
It's just instead of camera being here, camera's over here. I like it.
I'm trying to look for something for me to point out and make fun of, but nothing really.
Yeah, there's not much to it.
These
Like
be
all these,
painful.
yeah. I once wore a tapered earring to work, and someone's like, "Wow, and that stretches your ears, huh? Is that really pointy at the end?" And that's all he wanted. Is that really pointy at the end? I'm like, not really. Could it puncture skin? Maybe. Take that off right now. You
Oh
cannot
my
wear that
God.
on my job site. I'm like, oh, holy fuck, Jesus Christ. Okay, I'm sorry about that, sir. You could have just said don't wear that, not be like not do that whole like catch him and trap him bullshit. Got you on candy camera. So everyone seen at the top there are like the only important characters. You got Team Seven. I can't remember which team Kaiba is. Shikamaru's there, Choji's there, Hinata, Naruto's future wife is just to his left there. Shino, Kabuto's over there, and then anyone who's like on a desk is just unimportant.
Need to have crowds, but need
Mhm.
to
So as a kid, again,
conspicuously.
who got stressed out learning Neji's team, seeing all this just got me more and more. I'm like, who's important? Who's not important? I did that so much, I realized in chapter one, there's a background character who has a really fun design, and he really stood out to me. Masashi Kishimoto liked that character design so much of the background dude that Choji, who's like the big fatty dude, he's Naruto to the left, one, two, and then down one, or down two technically. Go down one more. That guy, yeah. He ended up using his exact design as his father, like way later on. And as soon as I saw his father for the first time, I'm like, I recognize that, but why? It's because I've stared at panels like this for so fucking long. I'm like, hey, I know him too. Same thing with the character called Tamira. She's used in like chapter 2 or 3. And then again, character design from like the background that later just got used properly. That's all.
She's sitting very appropriately for school.
Mhm. She's in ninja class wearing a cocktail dress.
Can't again point out anything else. This guy's also just shirtless.
Mhm.
That's all. Shit.
It's like the
Yeah,
only
that's all.
people ready for combat are those at the top there. One guy
That's
has a dog on his head.
last. What?
One guy has a dog on his head.
Dog on his head.
Yeah,
Sounds
Naruto,
like
then to
Where's
the left,
Waldo?
and then to the left.
Oh, yeah. I
Yeah,
thought you meant
there's
it
a
was
dog.
like one of these nameless characters.
Oh, no. Akamaru.
Sakura is like standing like me at all times. Slouched over.
I'm an introvert and I don't want to be here.
I immediately want to adjust my back after seeing that.
Well, her main female rival slash bully is to her left, so of course.
Ah.
Yeah. It's revealed in her childhood that she really helped Sakura. She used to have these heavy bangs, and she's like, no. If you have a big forehead, always show it off. Show that you're proud of your imperfection or whatnot. And then goes right back to bullying her, being like, hey, you still have a big forehead.
That's funny.
And she's like, how dare you? It's my noble brow. And then they end up knocking each other out. And then, yeah.
That's your last count. Good.
Hell yeah. Yeah, I've been reading Naruto. I found it very organically. The Dragon Ball Z TV show kept doing these loops, very similar to how they got stuck on Planet Namek and then finally North America got more episodes translated and then got on air. They got stuck right after the Cell Saga when they all grow up kind of thing and they enter the Buu Saga. And I thought, hey, isn't there like the written version of Dragon Ball Z just at like the bookstore kind of thing? So I bought a Shonen Jump, and at that point, the Dragon Ball Z story in Shonen Jump, because Shonen Jump came out monthly as opposed to in Japan where it comes out weekly, they were only at Imperfect Cell, which is still pretty early on in the series. Well, like midway through the series overall. While reading that, I read the other ones. I read Hikaru no Go. I read some kind of shoujo one. I read Yu Yu Hakusho. Shit, what else was in there? Dragon Ball Z, obviously. And Naruto was his new one. Gotta read it kind of thing. And I'm reading it. I'm like, I don't know what the hell this is. This is really cool. So I bought it the next month. And then my allowance, because it wasn't that much, just strictly went to buying these Shonen Jump monthlies. And then I started bringing them to school. And then my one friend was like, hey, I know what that is. That's Naruto. I can't believe you're into Naruto. Like only, Asian people know about Naruto. So I ended up going to his house, ended up watching the anime with him. I didn't even know there was an anime. Blew my goddamn mind. And then I discovered reading Naruto online, and yeah, I followed Naruto with weekly updates. By the time I was in grade 8, at that time, there used to be websites called MSN groups, which is very similar to like Reddit having subreddits. But the MSN group that I found was MSN groups like /Naruto manga read. and they would update weekly, and then once a week on Wednesdays, I would always check, and they would always have it the raw, which is just the untranslated. Then on Thursdays, someone would have it translated, and I could finally read the new chapter. And I kept up live until the manga ended every week since Neji got a hole blown through his chest, I believe. Eventually, he fights some kind of spider guy. I can't remember his name, but he shoots these giant fuck off arrows with his like 4 spider arms. Rips a hole in Neji's chest, and that again, the cover art that always sticks in my mind is a shot from a little lower facing Neji up, and he has a hole through his body that you can see on the outside of. And yeah, after that, I started learning about Japanese holidays because I fucking hated Golden Week. If it was Golden Week, it meant no new chapter of Naruto. I started learning about the author's life because if he had any family event, no new chapter of Naruto. And something in the summer, I can't remember what it is. But yeah, I learned a lot about Japanese culture because of Naruto.
Mhm.
Oh man, I should really go back and just do like another reread.
When was the last time you did a reread?
Shit. 2012, but at that point it would have only been up to what had come out. I think once the manga ended, I vowed to never do a reread again because I'll lose a week to like 10 hours a day just reading Naruto.
Mhm.
Because I always stop and admire panels and shit like that.
Mhm.
Yeah. Anyway, so if you're not into Naruto, why are you watching this video to this point? Anyway, so that
Isolate our audiences.
we can conclude week 80 of the Manga Club with me and Alyssa. A special episode, special little fun episode.
Mhm.
Yeah, not much to say beyond that. How did you like these panels?
It's cute watching you be so excited and talk so passionately about things you like.
It's none of your business. That's none of your business. Well, with that being said, let's conclude week 80 of the Manga Club. I told you last week I am your friend. You need to listen to me. I'm joined today by Alyssa. And your host as always.